Draped in royal robes and traditional attire, the Asaba of Asaba arrives at the presidential villa, flanked by his wife, Dr. Valerie Azinge, his cabinet, and prominent sons and daughters of Asaba. The president arrives for the meeting and shortly goes into closed doors. Emerging afterward, the Asaba describes it as a courtesy visit, but one that also underscored key demands.
We have tagged it a thank you visit and also a solidarity visit. Thank you visit in the sense that he was so cordial enough for him to send people to represent him at the passage of the 13th Asaba of Asaba, who incidentally is my predecessor in office. Secondly, to acknowledge and appreciate some of the gestures extended by the federal government to our area, especially access road to the Niger Bridge, passing of gas line, pipelines from Alefikede through Asaba to Oka, all in the works, and also to remember for him the fact that we need institutions in our area, in our locality, especially to remind him that Asaba remains the only state capital without a federal university, and that for us is worrisome. And amongst other requests, federal presence as the need arises.
Beyond infrastructure, he calls for national recognition of the Asaba Massacre, one of the darkest chapters of Nigeria's civil war.
We note with regret, and we mentioned into him the massacre of Asaba people in 1967, and that our people need some apology if need be in that regard. So on the whole, it turned out to be a very wonderful visit.
In October 1967, federal troops entered Asaba after clashes with Biafran forces. Residents, hoping to show solidarity, gathered to welcome them, only to be rounded up and executed. Some historians estimate that nearly 1,000 men and boys were shot dead in a single day, their bodies discarded in mass graves. Decades on, survivors and families still seek recognition and justice. Beyond these long-standing grievances, the Asaba also shared his perspective on President Tinubu's administration, acknowledging its challenges but expressing cautious optimism.
There might be some hiccups here, but on the whole, we score him highly in that regard, and we pray for him. It's a very difficult country to govern. There will always be some criticisms here and there, but on the whole, I believe that he's on the right track, and then we wish him the very best.
For Asaba's Monarch, this visit is as much about history and justice as it is about the future. The question now is whether the federal government will act on these demands. Adesoa Omorwan, Arise News.